So it's Tennessee moving on to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA Women's Tournament. It'll be the Lady Vols and the Cardinals of Louisville, the top seed in the Wichita region, coming up on Saturday. Kelly Harper knows what it means to win as a Lady Vol. She did it as a player. She's been around this program for a long time. She understands the pressure. She understands the expectations. She understands how hard it has been to get back to this place at this point, but the Lady Vols are finally there. And here's Kelly Harper after the game last night.
Coach, I know you know that we keep up with the numbers all the time, but this is the first one in 6 years. That was a lot riding on Sarah Puckett's shot. Do you know if she had any idea how long it had been since Tennessee had been back?
Nah. She's. Let me say something about Sarah real quick. I was thinking about this earlier today when, we have an optional shoot around. Sarah's there. We have extra shots getting up. Sarah's shooting them. Now, don't get me wrong. She's not the only one. But I was thinking this morning how much time our freshmen have put in extra. And she may not be the top of the list, but no one's higher than her. I'll say that. And, it just pays off. Eventually it pays off. And it paid off in a big way today.
We'll go with Teresa, Madison, Joe, and then Cora.
Kelly, in talking about that, she only took the 1 free, and it was that one with 17.5 seconds. That confidence in knowing that you get the ball to her, she's going to knock it down in that situation.
Well, going down the stretch, we had her in the game. We had to have a score, and we had 2 or 3 options that we were going to look for, and that was one of them. And Ray made a really nice drive. I was a little blocked from it, so I can't wait to go back and watch it. Ray made a nice drive. I think they collapsed in, and she found the open man, and Sarah knocked it down. So I'm so happy for our team, so happy for Sarah that shot went in.
Coach Madison Hawk, WBIR TV. I saw you get a little emotional right there when Sarah and Tamari were talking. What was that about?
Oh, man, I just love this team. And they've been so much fun to coach, and I'm so proud of them. And this is a big deal. This is a really big deal. And, for Sarah to step up here as a freshman and have that confidence, and for Tamari to step up and make some big free throws at the end of the game and have that confidence, we got her the ball at the end of the game to shoot the free throws, and just how far she's come and grown, and how much they want it for each other. And then I think somebody asked about the end of the game, and the boys, they didn't blink. I mean, they came over to the bench. What do you want me to do? I drew it up, and they went out and executed. That's where they were at. It was pretty frantic. I felt like the last, 20, 30 seconds, and they stayed poised the entire time.
Joe, here in front.
Yes. On the freshman, Kelly, it seems like obviously certainly with the SEC tournament that really you got sort of get more and more out of them. How have you seen since them, the group of them kind of grow together?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've hung in there. Some of them have had minutes throughout the year. Some of them had minutes late, and they're really taking advantage of their opportunities when they get them. And I'm telling you, they put so much time in outside of our practice. It's the culture here right now, but it is so strong with those freshmen, and they're so excited. I mean, they have so much energy. They're thrilled to continue to play, and I'm thrilled to continue to coach them.
2 quick questions. First, with how much, players like Sarah and Brooklyn have played this season, do you feel like they've done a bit more than just 1 season of development? And 2, Sarah's kind of struggled offensively the last 8, 9 games. What's it been like for you as a coach trying to keep that confidence up because she can do that?
Yeah, we just keep talking to Sarah about keep shooting. I tell her all the time, you got to keep shooting, because I think she is a really talented player, and she's had a little bit of a shooting slump, but she can do so much for us, and she's open. She's got to shoot for us, and I'm glad she did tonight. I think we told them when they got to probably early in the conference play, we told them they weren't freshmen anymore. If you played that many minutes early on, you played in big games, you played in close games, you made big plays in those games, and then you're pretty experienced at that point. So they've been good.
Hi, Emily Adams, Knoxville Sentinel. You guys had a little bit of a breakdown there in the third quarter that kind of, let them make that comeback. How were you able to rein that back in, to have them pull it out at the finish like that?
Yeah, it's funny. You hear our players talk about one play mentality. I'll be honest with you, I'm that way too. So I'm going to have to go back in the memory banks a little bit. I do know, obviously, in that third quarter, they ran down a lot of O-boards, a lot of loose balls, and felt like they capitalized on every one of them. So, they got back in it by getting some easy shots, getting some layups, making some threes off of those O-boards. And we were coming down empty a few times. I thought we took a few rushed shots. We were a little bit better there in the second half when we were giving our posts some touches, but we also had to have some ball movement as well. So for us, we had to find a little bit more movement offensively and then tighten up our defense.
Kelly, tomorrow, I know that's a heck of a record to set at Tennessee, to pass Candace Parker. And then second, of course, now you're going to Wichita, so we're going back to our old question. What's the status of Jordan Horston? Could she possibly play next weekend?
I don't know. I'll find out, Maria. It'll be fun to find out. We'll see what happens this week and see how she's progressed. And again, I know we're all very hopeful, but at the same time, we're also very realistic about her injury and what it's going to look like. So we'll kind of play it by ear and see how it goes day to day this week. What was the first part? Tamari, thank you. Yes. Listen, anytime that you were even mentioned in the same sentence as Candace Parker, you've probably done something right. And to have a record that's close to and then pass, that's an impressive number. And listen, Tamari has done it all year. Her career she started. That was her strength when she started. She's now blossomed into more than just a shot blocker, but her shot blocking abilities really anchor our defense.
Kelly, Steve Layman, News Channel 5 in Nashville.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry.
Getting to the Sweet 16 was going to be the next step for the program, obviously, but to have the sort of roller coaster ride of the great start and expectations and then all the injuries you went through and to ride it out to this and this team to be the one who did it, does it make it any more special?
Absolutely. When you really have to fight for something, when it doesn't come easy, it makes it more special. It does. And they have fought. They have, gone through adversity. They've hung together. They've done everything we've asked them to do. And I wanted so bad for them to get rewarded with more basketball. And, they're excited. And they should be, because this has been an amazing journey. And they have said it all year. They have said this is a special team and this team can do some special things in March. And here we are.
Our last two questions, Joe here in front, and then we'll wrap up with Cora.
Yeah, following up on the Sweet 16, Kelly, what about just the importance for the program, even to have this week, to be able to show recruits and all that stuff? Like, what's the value of having this week leading into it?
Well, I think it's really important that the presence Tennessee has is in the Sweet 16. I think that's important for our program. They talk about us for another week. That's a good thing, right? And I also think it's great for what we're doing here. It's great as we continue to take steps forward. It's where we need to be. We don't take it for granted. You don't just get there. A lot of teams a lot of really talented teams are not going to be there this year. There's been a lot of parity, and I'm just glad we're one of them.
Last question, Cora.
Kelly, the end of that game was a battle. There was a stalemate at 66-64 for 2 straight minutes of gameplay, and there was an inbounds play, I think, with less than a minute left when Brooklyn Miles got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. How much confidence does that give you in your team's just ability to stay locked in those final minutes and really grind out a win?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think we've had so many of those this season. Now, a lot of them were early on. We had to fight. We had to find some comeback wins. You know, we had to make big plays on offense. We had to make big plays on defense to secure wins throughout the season. So I think, you know, we stepped out there. We weren't. The moment wasn't too big for us. I think we were very confident stepping out there that we were going to find a way to make a play. And, you know, like I said, we had options. We knew what we were doing. If we were missing, we knew what we were doing. If we were scoring, I think we were ready to go. And, you know, every player was out there trying to do their job.